Hi there, welcome to Brew. This is where indie developers can send their games and I do my best to give feedback on their game design. I have iced coffee with me today, iced decaf coffee. What is this? This is an iced Americano with some 2%. It tastes a little weird. I'm not used to having iced Americano. If you're new here, this is Brew. This is what we do, is I look at a game and then I'm going to play it here, and I'm going to talk about some of the design elements that pop out to me. So today's game is Ciphercell, and Ciphercell was submitted to us by Ryan, and it was made, the developer name is Game Genesis, I think. This is an itch.io account, so I think that's what it is. I'm guessing the developer name. But yeah, this is what we're playing right now, is a demo of the game. I was sent a demo. And we're gonna take a look at some of its design. So here we go. So I already played a little bit of this game, and what it seems like this game is a sliding puzzle. It might look reminiscent of 2048, which is that sliding puzzle game, but there's a big difference. And 2048, every time that you would push a key of right or left, up or down, or swipe on your phone, then all the numbers would get swiped over to that direction. And thus creating doubles of certain numbers. So you wouldn't really have to do any kind of arithmetic to advance in the game. I mean, you do, because the point is to get to 2048, but the game, it doesn't take a whole lot of arithmetic and math to actually get into the game. Like, someone who just doesn't really know math could probably still do really well in that game, and it's because it's designed really well for someone to just jump in, play casually, and then leave. Ciphercell is a little different. Ciphercell is much more mathematically based. So if we look at what this is like, we have bigger numbers and smaller numbers, and what you're supposed to do is get to one tile, and that one tile is supposed to be 0. And when you slide a bigger number to a smaller number, then it subtracts. And if you do a smaller number to a bigger number, then it adds, which I think, by the way, is a little strange, because in my mind, if I'm going smaller number first, I want to subtract, bigger number first, I want to add, but it's not that way, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but whatever. Anyway, so in this game, you have to get to 0 like that. And that's pretty much it. So it seems pretty simple when you do it. I've already played this game, so I already understood it, but then you get to this level, and this level is where it starts to get a little strange, because this puzzle is one where someone has to really know what they're doing, right, when they look at this puzzle, because if you don't know what you're doing and you look at this, you're pretty stumped, right? You don't really understand. You really have to understand the rules and understand what's happening here. You do actually have to do this mentally inside your head. And the reason why that's important is because it can get really frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. Because of the way that this game is designed, it really feels like it's simple. Like, this game really reminded me of this game called Infinity Loop, the Infinity Loop puzzle. And in Infinity Loop, it's a very basic game. It's not really a puzzle game, but it's a game that is kind of it's more for like a Zen-like experience. Like, you just have the game in front of you and you're just tapping away kind of mindlessly. It's supposed to be Zen-like, right? It's not really supposed to make you like really focus or anything like that. But same with a game like 2048, right? 2048 is not really meant to really focus in and do as hard as possible in logic puzzles. It's mainly for you to experiment. And the reason why I would say this is because all the tiles in 2048 are all colored very specifically, right? Each of the values are colored in certain ways. So you have these values that go from 2 all the way up to 512 or something, or 1024. And they each have a specific color, and they all follow the same gradient, but they each have a specific color to them. So when you're swiping really fast, you know, you kind of second nature understand what you're doing, because you're just basically matching colors. And if we look at this game in Ciphercell, you know, all of these numbers are the same. I mean, not the numbers, all of these tiles are the same. And it takes effort to understand what's happening. Like you can't just automatically say, oh yeah, I've got to match the colors because they're all the same color. So you really do have to understand what you're doing here. I've seen others play this game, and what they do is they kind of mindlessly click like I'm doing right now until they figure out the solution. And it's not really something that they're really hard and trying to figure out. It's really just mindlessly clicking. Something I want to talk about with this is the way that they're, you see relationships in this game. So if we look at something like this, like the relationships that we see here between the numbers, it's a lot of arithmetic to do inside your head, and I think it's kind of antithetical to the kind of stuff that it's designed to do, because of all this relaxing music and everything. When I look at something like this, it's not relaxing to me, because I have to really think about every single piece that I'm doing. And really, when I got to the 15 levels here, there's only 15 levels in the demo. When I got to the end of the demo, I was more or less relieved. I wasn't so much thinking, oh man, I can't wait for the whole game, because this wasn't very relaxing to me. It was very much, it was trying, you know, and it seems like the game is trying to bring about relaxation, the same way that you would say Infinity Loop is trying to do relaxation. And like I said, with Infinity Loop or 2048, these casual games, it's very easy to play them and kind of forget that you're even playing a game, because it's there's all these really immediate associations that you have. And with a game like this, you really don't have those kinds of associations here, because everything is one color, right? You have these are all one color. All these tan squares are one color. And the reason why that's important is because we see them all as the same thing. When as soon as our eyes hit this, we're going, oh yeah, okay, I see all these numbers right here, right? And that's just the first thing that you think about. It's like, I see all the numbers. Now I've got to do something with those numbers. And it's like, it's another step that we have to go forward and do something. So yeah, if we were to talk about the casual nature of this game, I don't think this game is designed to be casual, although it seems like it's trying to be. So I keep finding myself doing these things where I just kind of mindlessly click. And that seems to be what I'm doing all the time. And what I mean by mindlessly clicking is I'm just experimenting really with the mechanics. And you can see here, that's what I'm doing here, is I keep clicking one way and then the other way just to see what happens, and then start over if it doesn't work. And this is just me experimenting. That's, you know, because I feel like that's the quickest way to get all these results. And that feels like the quickest way to play the game, and the most, the most interactive way to play the game. Because otherwise what you have to do is you have to think really hard about each of the puzzles. And I don't think that's what anyone is doing, really. And it's an interesting mechanic. Like, this game is not bad. This is not a bad game whatsoever. It's just, I feel like it's designed to be one thing, or trying to be one thing, but it's designed to be another. Yeah, I think this game needs to be more casual, if it wants to be more casual, or, you know, maybe it needs to be more hardcore or something. I don't know. It feels like it's in this kind of weird middle ground. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on this game. So thank you so much for watching Brew. If you have a game that you'd like to submit to me, you can do so. There is a link in the description. You can also go to gamesover.coffee. That has all the links that you could ever want. Please do all those things, you know, the like, and the sub, and the Patreon, and all those things. Do them all. Just do all those things. This really doesn't taste. No, I wonder if it's my straw. I think my straw smells weird.